In this video, we are going to cover how to format your data into a table. So to do that, all you need to do is just click on this eBay profit and loss option here and the eBay profit and loss spreadsheet will open up. So we'll just click on that and here is our eBay profit and loss spreadsheet. If you see these bold numbers, all I have done is I have just used some basic formulas like adding these figures. And now you might be wondering why did I formatted these figures as bold? Because these are the totals. So this is the total sales, total expenditure, total fees, and total profit. You can take a look at these if you want. So the first thing we need to do is just format this title. Of course, you can use some basic formatting tools like this background color and this text color. You can just choose whatever color you want from here. But you also have this here, the cell styles drop down. So you can just click on this and you will have various styles here you can choose from. So you can just click on any of these styles here. For now, I'm just going to go with this here. And you can see that our title has been formatted. And now we can move on to formatting our data into table. So to do that, first thing you need to do is select a cell within your table. Or what you can do is you can just select the whole table like this. Or you can use the shortcut to select the whole table. So you'll just come to this cell here, just hold Control Shift and press the right arrow twice to select the whole column and then press the down arrow twice. It will select the whole table. The reason you have to press the directional arrows twice because we have this blank space here. But if there was no blank space, then you would have just pressed the directional arrows once. So basically, now we can move forward and format our data into table. But when I do it, I only select just one cell from the table. So I'll just do that. And then I'll just click to format as table. And here we have various designs that are available in Excel. And you can choose any design you want. So I'll just select this design here. And then this dialog box opens up. And basically, Excel does a pretty good job at predicting what you want to format as a table. But if it is not accurate, then you can just select the data manually. So to do that, just click here, select the whole table once again, and input. You need to check this box off, but in our case, our table has headers, so we will just leave it checked on. Let me show you. If I just uncheck this box and click OK, as you can see, we have extra headers which are given to us, and basically I can just double click inside of them and change the header to whatever I like it to call. And that's something that can be quite useful sometimes. But for now, I'm just going to hold Control and press Z twice just to go back where we were before. So now let's take a look at what happens when you leave the box checked. So I'll come back to this format as table again. I'll select this format here. Our table is properly selected. Now I'll just click OK. As you can see, Excel has recognized these headers here. And that's what I want with this particular table. So now that we formatted our data into a table, there is a bit of functionality that comes with it. So for instance, if I were to hover over to the left side of this table, I get this black arrow showed up, and if I click now, it will select the whole row. And I can do the same with the columns as well. And if I hold down Control using that black arrow and select another column, then I can select multiple columns and rows with this. Now if you find that the table size is wrong, you can just resize it. And there is two ways of doing this. The first way is you need to come to the right hand bottom side of this table here, and you will see this arrow here. You can just select your table and you can just click, hold and drag the table to the right like this, and you can do that downwards also. But you can only perform one move at a time. So right now I'll just hold Control and press Z twice to go back where we were. And you would have noticed that we have these little arrows here that have shown up in our headers. And basically these are our filtering options. So let's quickly take a look at them. So I'm going to come to the March and I'll click on this drop down here. And here in this box, we have select all and all these figures that were in March column. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click this here and unselect all of them. And basically I just want to select maybe these figures here, this 7584, 7503, 6486 and 1116. And now I'll click OK. And as you can see, our table has been filtered. So once I have analyzed this data, if I wanted to go back where I was before, I can hold down the Control and press Z once. So let's go to this drop down once again and take a look at other options. Up here we have sort smallest to largest, sort largest to smallest, sort by color. Now if you wanted to use these options, it really depends on the type of table you have. But if I were to click on sort largest to smallest, you can see we have a table with a lot of error messages showing up. And that is because our formulas are being really messed up. So with this particular table, sorting largest to smallest or smallest to largest just doesn't work. And there is also a problem with this. So let's say I wanted to keep the data like this for whatever reasons. If I were to just keep working in my Excel spreadsheet, so I'll just put some text in like this. If I were to come to this drop down here, you can see there's no way to undo my actions. I can't click on this clear filter from March because it doesn't work when it comes to sorting largest to smallest or smallest to largest. And we will take a look at the clear filter options going further in this video. So now basically to undo my actions, I'll just have to press Ctrl plus Z to reverse all my actions. But an easy way to do this, come to this drop down here and look for sort option, which is here. So I'll just click on that. And basically we have all of that work here at the bottom that I put in. So just be aware that sorting largest to smallest or smallest to largest, it is not easy to undo your actions once you have done that. So like I said, I wanted to show you clear filter from March. And basically if I were to do this, click on number filters here. We have all of these options show up. Now just keep in mind that we have got these here, below average, above average and top 10. And sometimes these are quite useful. But all the other options, everything else in this menu opens up the same dialog box. So I'll click on less than, and here what I can do is I can choose from equals, does not equal, greater than equals to, and so on. We have so many options here. So I'll just click on greater than equals to for now. I'll put 600 here. I'll keep it on end. Now I will look for less than or equals to 1100. So in this particular column, we have all these figures between 601 to 1099. So now I'll just click OK, and you can see how that worked. So I'll just come back to this drop down now, and I can click on clear filter from March, and everything will go back to the way it was before. So with our table, if I were to click anywhere in the table, this tab will open up, the table design tab. And you can see in the far right side, we have different table styles which you can choose from. You can just click here to see the other table styles. And you can see when I hover over to these styles, our table also changes with that. So basically we can get a quick preview, and if we want to change it, you can just click on that table. So for now I'll just select this one here. You can see that our table design also changed. Then we have this table style options, and basically you can just turn these options on or off if you want. So if I uncheck this header row, you will see that our header row is gone. So I'll just check that box on, and if you uncheck this filter button option, you can see that our drop downs are no longer visible. So I'll just check that on again. And then we have this first and last columns, which just changes the first and last column into bold format. So if I were to just check these on, you can see that our first column is bold now and our last column is also bold. So I'll just uncheck these again. We can add a total row with this. If you were to just click here, you can see that we have this total row appeared at the bottom. So we'll just check that off for now. We have this branded columns option, and if you check this on, you can see that our table has these linings here. So you can just decide what you want to use here. Like I said, when it comes to resizing your table, there were two options or two methods. I have shown you the first method. So the second method can be found here under the table design, and that would be this resize table. So I can just click on that. We have this dialog box show up, which is something that we should already be familiar with at this point. All I need to do is just click here and select the size that I want for my table. For now, I'll just select this and I'll input this. And if I click OK, you can see that my table is resized. So for now, I'll just undo my actions by holding Ctrl and pressing Z once to put everything back the way it was. And then finally, we have this last thing that I want to show you, which is called convert to range. So if you want to sort of lose all the functionality comes with a table, so for instance this functionality here, you could just select the rows or columns like this. And if you want to get rid of all of these filtering options and also the resizing option here, if you want to get rid all of this, what you would have to do is select the whole table like this, and then come to this table design and then click on convert to range, and then this dialog box will show up, and all you have to do is just click on yes, and you can see that all the drop downs and the options to select the row has disappeared, and also the resizing option we have here also disappeared. And if what it does is it just converts your table into a spreadsheet. Now if you want the drop downs back, you can just click anywhere in the table, hold Ctrl Shift and press L, and you can see that these drop downs come back. Or the other way is you can just select any cell from the table, come to this sort and filter option and just click on filter, and you can see that we have these drop downs, and we can filter our data with these drop downs. And if you again want to get rid of them, just hold Ctrl and press Z. Okay, so before we move on, there's one last thing I want to show you. So if you have been doing a lot of formatting with your table and you are thinking, okay, I just want to put everything back to the way it was, well, that could be done by going to this undo history, which is here. And all you have to do is just come down to the point where you started to do all this work. So this style option is where we started our work. So I'll just click here, and you can see that our data is back to the way it was before we started to format our data into a table. So I hope you find this tutorial helpful, and I'll see you in the next tutorial. And if you have any doubts with regard to this tutorial, you can just comment in the comment section of this video.